5. The margin of error, though, is more than 6%.
News 3 is talking one-on-one with both of the candidates, now leading in that poll.
Political reporter Jessica Arp is live in downtown Madison after talking to Senator Bernie Sanders tonight. Jess?
Well, yeah, Senator Sanders spoke to us once again in Madison, an important piece to his efforts in Wisconsin, and he says tonight that this is simply going to come down to turnout.
As some of you may know, our campaign is on a bit of a roll. We have won.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is trying to extend that role into Wisconsin. Before he rallied a crowd at the Orphe.
I think this has created a lot of...
Ted Cruz has the lead among Wisconsin voters at 40%. Donald Trump comes in at 30%.
What if I missed part of this?
Trails at 21%. Governor Scott Walker announced his endorsement for Ted Cruz yesterday. He's also predicting a win for Cruz in Wisconsin.
I believe firmly that Ted Cruz is going to win the primary here in Wisconsin on Tuesday. I think that's going to be one of the turning points in the campaign. We should be proud, Wisconsin, to say that we can have that kind of an impact.
The poll also finds that a majority of Wisconsinites will
wonder
vote
if it's going to show the rally
Tuesday for the presidential primary.
I wonder if we missed part of it.
Full results from the poll, head to NBC15.com and click on this story.
Well, this afternoon, Bernie Sanders returned
who cares about that?
Change.org.
Old Bernie.
Petition with...
Oh, I see.
What we are prepared to do, though,
they got to care. It looks like they're going to cover Bernie a lot more than
Sanders told the
Ted.
crowd the race would come down to turnout. The crowd leaving the Orpheum seemed to be willing to make that happen.
I was a Hillary fan for a long time.
Oh, what a dummy.
And, but this is my guy.
Oh, man.
He
He's
is part of the problem.
Ooh.
25, so I'm a college graduate. I wasn't even going to vote this year.
Insane.
But, obviously, how can I not now?
Pretty insane.
Now, those turnout numbers will be very important in Madison, a market area where...
just corporate agriculture.
Wow. Why aren't they covering the Cruz rally? Maybe there was a lot of media there, wasn't there? Maybe it was just the national media, not the local. It should have been local.
We'll be back in Madison once again on Sunday
Where?
for Get Out the Vote rally at the Kohl Center.
All right.
How about Cruz? He was in town.
Thank you, Jess.
And Hillary Clinton was in New York
Oh,
today.
come on. They're not even going to cover Cruz or what?
Flusoft was there, and she talked with the senator one-on-one.
Oh, at least this part.
John, it was a drastic change from what we've seen on the campaign trail. Senator Cruz showed a much softer side as he turned the mic over to 3 women who he described as strong and influential. His wife Heidi, Carly Fiorina, and his 81-year-old mother Eleanor all talked about the importance of strong women and how the big issues in politics impacts their lives. In addition to his mother giving us
if we could see the Blaney's there
into
anywhere.
the early years of Cruz as a child, a poster emerged among the crowd showing a different side of Cruz as well.
Oh, that was funny.
I think is indicative of the spirit. People are fed up with Washington. And they want a leader who will stand with the working men and women of this country against the bipartisan corruption of Washington. That's what this campaign is all about, and it's why there's so much energy and enthusiasm behind us.
Oh, good.
Cruz said that the artwork emerged from a
that's a great poster,
in Los Angeles. Justin Lemke is a student at UW-Madison and is the president of a nonprofit group who works to educate students on the advantages of free market, capitalism,
it's a great poster we got
there. As a Ted Cruz supporter, he was handing those posters out.
Oh, man.
Senator Cruz always makes a joke that he cannot confirm or deny anything on this poster except for one thing, and that is he doesn't
smoke.
And why that? Of the crowd and riles.
He doesn't smoke, huh? Doesn't smoke. Probably doesn't drink.
More than 250 posters at today's event provided by the
There we go. That's where we were today.
They were all snatched up in just
That's where we were.
Now you can see more from my one-on-one with Senator Cruz at NBC15.com. Just click on this story.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Amy. The Republican frontrunner, Donald Trump, was stumping in northeastern Wisconsin today. He's the national...
Knows that first...
Well, there's Carol.
On to the town hall event.
Fiorina, huh?
Insulted when the Democrat Party talks about women's issues. I find it insulting because we aren't a special interest group. We are the majority of the nation. We do care about jobs and national security and education. Every issue is a woman's issue. That's a fact.
A day after Governor Walker's endorsement of the presidential candidate, Cruz hopes his message will help him win the state's primary next week.
Scott Walker did, with the help of millions of men and women here in Wisconsin, is exactly what we need to do in Washington. We need to take on the bipartisan corruption, the cronyism, And we need to stand instead and fight for the working men and women of this country. That's what I will do.
I go for encouragement that his wife Heidi hopes will help voters fall in love with her husband for the same reasons she did.
It's not because of how smart he is or what I thought he might be someday. It is because of how incredibly thoughtful he is of all the women in his life. And I want you to know as voters that he will be
mother
equally
too.
thoughtful of you and supportive of
His
you.
mom was there.
A message supporters say is driving them to the polls for Cruz.
It has to do with his morality. He knows what's, I mean, he has his beliefs about what's right and what's wrong. They line up with my beliefs, and I think that
There's the Blaneys. Some of the Blaneys back there.
Now the senator said he is fighting neck and neck with Trump to win the next week's primary, but is hopeful he will get the votes. Cruz will be in California tonight and back in Wisconsin on Friday for a GOP forum in Milwaukee.
All right, just a few more days in Wisconsin. Thank you.
Meanwhile, GOP frontrunner Donald Trump was speaking at a debate at St. Norbert College in
I don't know. Maybe we
Trump's
should.
campaign is still
That'd be
facing
fun.
criticism for the actions of Trump's
Let's see
campaign
if there's anything
manager,
over here.
Corey Lewandowski.
Appear in town halls hosted by MSNBC.
I don't know.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John
I just
Yang
should
in
work at the
Milwaukee.
headquarters, maybe.
Trump pre-taped his town hall appearance
Oh,
this
I see.
afternoon.
Gee, that's a...
She wasn't, right? Did anyone disagree? Someone had grabbed me tightly by the arm and yanked me down. Did she go down?
Robbie.
Whoops.
Right. Texas Senator Ted Cruz was in Madison today.
There we
just
go.
Hours before that new Marquette poll listed him as the state's frontrunner among the GOP. He attended a Women for Cruz event at the Sheraton Hotel with his wife.
We
Heidi,
were
and
there.
opponent Carly Fiorina. Afterward, Cruz
Right
talked one-on-one with
there.
our Capitol Bureau chief about what Governor Walker's endorsement for president means to him.
Does Scott Walker's endorsement mean you in Wisconsin? Well, Scott Walker's support is incredibly important. I'm really grateful for it. Scott is a strong, principled conservative. He's been a very effective leader for the state of Wisconsin.
Cruz also told us that the Supreme Court would erase the Second Amendment from the Bill of Rights if Hillary Clinton becomes
It certainly
president.
would.
Donald Trump was in the northern part of Wisconsin today. He was at a town hall at St. Norbert College in De Pere that is set to air on MSNBC tonight.
We've been in that area.
Trump is coming
We
under
stayed
fire
overnight
from
there
people in
once
both
in that
parties
area.
after saying that women who have an abortion should face, quote, a form of punishment. Ohio Governor John Kasich was not in Wisconsin today, but he'll be back for a GOP dinner in Milwaukee Friday before making campaign stops in Janesville and Racine County Saturday. Ted Cruz and Donald Trump will also make more visits in Wisconsin the next couple of days as we get closer to that April 5th primary. Meantime, Democrat Bernie Sanders will again be holding that
Milwaukee, I
rally
wonder where that
Senator
is in
Madison
Milwaukee.
Sunday. We are just getting started here at 6, a new era in Wisconsin.